The medical bay of the Terran Vanguard hummed with desperate energy as Evan Knox watched the alien princess die. Susan, though that wasn't her real name, just the closest human approximation, lay on the biobed, her luminescent silver skin flickering like a dying star. The Zathari princess had been caught in the crossfire during the border skirmish, her diplomatic shuttle torn apart by rogue pirate railguns. By sheer chance, Evan's patrol unit had found her escape pod tumbling through the debris field. "Her physiology is shutting down, Doctor," Chen announced, her face grim behind the sterile mask. The trauma triggered a cascade failure in her circulatory system. Without a compatible transfusion, she has minutes. Evan stepped forward. "Test my blood." The doctor's eyes widened. "Corporal, the chances of compatibility between human and Zathari biology are test it." 2 minutes later, Dr. Chen stared at her scanner in disbelief. "I don't understand. Your blood. It's adapting. The proteins are restructuring to match her cellular requirements. This shouldn't be possible." Evan was already rolling up his sleeve. "Then let's not waste time questioning miracles, Doc." The transfusion began. As Evan's crimson blood flowed through the medical tubes, something extraordinary happened. Where it entered Susan's veins, her silver skin brightened, color returning in spreading waves. Her three-fingered hand twitched. Her crystalline eyes, violet like Earth's amethyst, flickered open. Those eyes found Evan immediately, locking onto him with an intensity that made his breath catch. "You." Her voice was like wind chimes in a storm, translated through the neural implant. "You're saving me. Just doing my job, Your Highness." Her hand shot out with surprising strength, gripping his wrist. Even through his combat glove, he felt the connection, a warmth that seemed to pulse in time with both their heartbeats. "You've given me Ruah Shal," she whispered. "Life blood. By the ancient laws of my people, you and I are now bound." Evan glanced at Dr. Chen, who merely shrugged helplessly. That had been 3 weeks ago. Now, Evan couldn't walk 10 meters on the ship without Susan appearing at his side. She had recovered fully. More than fully, actually. Dr. Chen theorized that human blood had somehow supercharged the princess's regenerative abilities. But Susan wasn't interested in the science. She was interested in Evan. "You do not understand," she explained for the 100th time, as she followed him to the combat training deck. Her flowing diplomatic robes had been exchanged for a Zathari flight suit that shimmered with embedded circuitry. "The Ruah Shal bond is sacred. Your essence flows in my veins. We are connected at the cellular level." Evan began his weapons check, trying to ignore how the other soldiers stared. A human corporal being shadowed by an alien princess was definitely not standard protocol. "Your Highness, with all due respect, I have duties. You have diplomatic meetings. Your father's delegation is waiting to escort you home. I'm not leaving without you," he sighed, setting down his rifle. "Do you know what happened after you lost consciousness during the transfusion?" She stepped closer, her violet eyes searching his face. "You gave so much that you collapsed. Dr. Chen said, you nearly died yourself. Why?" Evan met her gaze. "Because letting you die wasn't an option." "Why?" she pressed. "You didn't know me. I was just another casualty of a pointless border conflict. You humans are supposed to be pragmatic, self-interested. Your media files say so. But you risked everything for a stranger. That's what humans do," Evan said quietly. "We're stubborn like that. We don't calculate odds when someone needs help. We just help." Susan's expression softened into something that might have been a smile. "I've studied your species since I woke. Do you know what makes humans terrifying to the rest of the galaxy? Our weapons, our expansion rate, your compassion." She placed her hand over his heart. Through the neural link, he felt her wonder, her confusion, her growing affection. Other species see threats and calculate responses. Humans see suffering and run toward it. You're the only species that would charge through a debris field, under active fire, to save an enemy's princess. "We weren't enemies," Evan protested. We were 3 days before. Our governments had just severed trade relations. She laughed, the sound like crystal bells. And yet, you bled yourself nearly to death for me. The galaxy thinks humans are dangerous because of your technology, your adaptability, your stubborn refusal to surrender. But they're wrong. You're dangerous because you make the impossible choice: sacrifice over survival, compassion over calculation, and somehow you thrive. Evan felt his cheeks warm. You're giving us too much credit. Am I? Susan's hand remained over his heart. Your blood saved my life, Evan Knox. But more than that, it showed me what humanity truly is. You didn't hesitate. You didn't negotiate terms or expect rewards. So, what now? Evan asked. You really won't go home? Oh, I'm going home, Susan said, her eyes gleaming with determination. And you're coming with me. My father needs to understand what humans are capable of, not in war, but in sacrifice. You're going to help me forge a real alliance between our peoples. One built not on treaties and trade, but on trust. I'm just a corporal, Your Highness. You're the human who chose life over protocol, compassion over safety. That makes you the perfect ambassador. She finally stepped back, but her smile remained. Besides, the Rua Shal bond means your blood and mine are now chemically entangled. If we're separated for too long, we both get physically ill. Dr. Chen confirmed it this morning. Evan stared at her. You're joking. I'm not. Susan's smile turned mischievous. Consider it motivation to stop trying to avoid me. We're stuck together, soldier. You gave me your blood. In return, I'm giving you a purpose beyond war, helping two species understand each other. As Evan watched her walk away, head high and radiating confidence, he couldn't help but smile. He'd saved an alien princess with a blood transfusion. Now she was determined to use him to save two civilizations. Humans, he thought, really were stubborn. But apparently, so was she.